Global health threats have never disappeared, and according to experts, it is only a matter of time before a new crisis puts the world on edge. The World Health Organization, WHO, is closely monitoring viruses with pandemic potential, including avian flu, Ebola, the Marburg virus, and Nipah. Although society seems to have let its guard down after the COVID-19 pandemic, the reality is that the risks remain, and the world may not be prepared for another major health emergency. Avian flu tops the list of concerns due to its alarming evolution in recent years. Since 2020, there's been an exponential increase in infections among birds and, more worryingly, a rise in mammal infections, including minks, seals, sea lions, and foxes. Scientists warn that the possibility of this virus mutating and successfully transmitting between humans is real, and a single mutation could be enough to trigger a new pandemic. Although H5N1 is not currently well adapted for human transmission, its progression is a stark reminder of how fragile our prevention systems are. Despite scientific efforts, humanity still largely depends on surveillance and rapid response, two factors that have repeatedly proven insufficient in past crises. It's not just avian flu that raises alarms. Other highly lethal viruses, such as Ebola and Marburg, remain serious threats, with sporadic but deadly outbreaks in various parts of the world. Both pathogens have extremely high fatality rates and devastating symptoms, including high fever, internal bleeding, and multi-organ failure. The rapid progression of these diseases and the lack of effective treatments make any outbreak potentially catastrophic. While these viruses are mainly concentrated in Africa, globalization and mass travel could easily facilitate their spread beyond endemic regions. The possibility that an isolated case at an international airport could spark a global health emergency is an increasingly plausible scenario. Another virus of growing concern is Nipah, a pathogen with a mortality rate of up to 75% and no specific treatment. Its ability to jump from animals to humans and, in some cases, spread between people makes it a serious threat. Like SARS-CoV-2 before 2020, the Nipah virus has not received the attention it deserves, and its pandemic potential remains underestimated. An unexpected outbreak could catch the world off guard, once again exposing how slow the development of effective countermeasures can be in the face of new threats. Also on the list of imminent dangers is mpox, formerly known as monkeypox, which continues to register thousands of cases, particularly in Africa. While the situation in other continents appears to be more controlled, the virus continues to circulate and evolve. In many cases, a lack of resources and access to vaccines prevents effective containment, increasing the risk of a resurgence with greater intensity in the future. Added to this are mosquito-borne diseases, such as chikungunya, whose spread beyond its endemic regions is becoming increasingly worrisome. With rising temperatures and climate change, these viruses could establish themselves in regions where they were previously non-existent, amplifying their public health impact. The main problem is that humanity tends to forget the lessons of the past. The COVID-19 pandemic exposed systemic failures in the global response to health emergencies, from shortages of medical supplies to poor coordination between countries. However, instead of strengthening surveillance and prevention systems, many governments seem to have returned to complacency. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom warns that the world risks repeating the same mistakes and that it is only a matter of time before another pandemic strikes with equal or greater force. The so-called Disease X represents the possibility of a new, unknown virus emerging at any moment and causing chaos before scientists have time to develop an effective response. Meanwhile, unexpected outbreaks continue to emerge. In Congo, a mysterious, unidentified disease has caused multiple deaths and triggered international alarm. The speed at which it is spreading and its high fatality rate have sparked speculation about a new infectious agent, though some experts also consider the possibility of mass poisoning. Regardless of the cause, the situation is a stark reminder of how fragile the global healthcare system is and how easily a crisis can spiral out of control. The world's most dangerous pathogens continue to circulate, evolve, and wait for the right opportunity to spread. The WHO has compiled a list of priority diseases to monitor, including COVID-19, Crimean Congo hemorrhagic fever, Ebola, Marburg, Nipah, Zika, MERS, and other viruses with pandemic potential. But surveillance alone is not enough if it is not backed by action. Without investment in research, improved distribution of vaccines and treatments, and a coordinated, rapid response to emerging threats, the world will remain vulnerable. The outlook is far from optimistic. The threat of new pandemics is not a question of if, but when. Humanity seems doomed to repeat the same mistakes if it does not take future health crises seriously. Complacency and inaction could cost millions of lives and plunge the world into yet another catastrophic public health disaster. The clock is ticking, and the next pandemic may be closer than we think.